Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day. To start things off, we have a lot of good news and then more good news, so hang in there. India, the world's second and most populous country, is increasingly embracing cryptocurrencies amid domestic economic issues. And because of number 19, it started on the 4th of March when the country's highest court quashed a Reserve Bank of India order dated the 6th of April 2018, which prohibited banks from providing services to entities dealing with cryptocurrencies. Activity on exchanges immediately picked up because people realized that they had been lied to. There has been a considerable increase in trading volumes on exchanges catering to Indian clients due to the clarity offered by the Supreme Court's ruling. This was said by the CEO of the exchange CoinSwitch. Crypto banking services platform Kasha, India, noted a spike of 800% in trading volumes in the 48 hours following the decision. The platform also registered a volume of 600 plus bitcoins in the first 24 hours. While 600 bitcoin may not seem like a lot, keeping in mind that was because everyone thought that it was banned, and also that's for one exchange, that's still quite hefty. Back then, Indian traders were in a rush, in large part due to the rumors the government would intervene by declaring cryptocurrencies illegal. Every trader was looking to take advantage of the time window offered by the Supreme Court's ruling. That likely fueled the initial spikes in volume. Momentum has remained strong ever since, amid a host of domestic and international calamities. The activity on exchanges further improved after Yes Bank, India's fourth largest lender, collapsed on the 6th of March, damaging confidence in the country's banking system. The nationwide panic triggered by the Yes Bank crisis worked in the favor of Bitcoin, boosting Kasha sales at a daily rate of 250 to 450%. That's obscene. That's an enormous amount to increase over the course of even a month time period, according to data provided by the platform. So what we're seeing is, and this is why I think it's most interesting, when I discuss financial situations with my friends, a lot of people, and it is not exclusively people who are not in crypto, even people who are into crypto, I tell them things and they go, "Oh, I didn't know that. What? Oh my gosh, that's crazy." And I'm like, yeah, you got to start reading the news. So a lot of banks around the world are not doing well. A lot of financial institutions are not doing well. If you, about an hour ago, I was on Twitter. Is it Nissan, Honda, some major car company maker? It's been like 6 weeks, 6, 7, 8 weeks since like the bulk of what we're experiencing started. And they're declaring bankruptcy, or they're asking the government for like billions of dollars to help bail them out. So this is happening all across the board. And there's only so much money, or rather, that's a lie. You can print as much money as you want, but then the inflation rate goes up and your money becomes worth less. And it doesn't really pan out for the people who want the fake inflated money, because then they end up asking for more money. So what we have now is news that across the world, we are seeing a huge uptick in the amount of people around the world who are buying, and one can only assume hoarding, Bitcoin. I mentioned before that other people and other countries were probably mining Bitcoin and or using it to buy food. Apparently, people told me I was completely incorrect, that no one needs to sell their Bitcoin for food. So I apologize for not knowing all 7.4 billion people on the planet. Here's the actual news from CNN Business. It says one of India's biggest banks has been rescued by the government. I think it said the bank had to actually be purchased by the government in order for it to kind of like be propped up. Very, very fascinating time. The news is dominated by 19. Dominated. When so many other things are actually taking place. And I think we'll only get the full scope of it. First of all, once again, not even once again, first time again, if you haven't been paying attention to the news, it appears that what is currently taking place is going to continue for quite a bit of time. Other places are talking about relaxing the situation, as it were. Other places have been told this may go on for another 2, 3 to 4 months. So yeah, expect a lot more news stories like this where banks are collapsing. And I mean, it really shows. We know that there's is a term misappropriation of funds. Like, if you as a company are worth billions and you are, first of all, people overcharge for a lot of things. If you have overcharged your customers for 20, 30, 40 years, and 2 months is enough for you to go begging and pleading to the government, that's probably a problem you should have to deal with, because actual people need bailing out and not the banks or the institutions or the what have you. Anyway, yeah, so the trading volumes are up in India, which is great because, you know, 1 billion people. So hopefully, I would love a world where, you know, everyone there was trading crypto or buying crypto, but that's, of course, too optimistic on my part. Let's move on. Next up, Ethereum's price has surged in value over the past week, posting its largest gains in the last 24 hours, and timing's a little off. Several notable factors have contributed to the rise, which could have strong effects on the platform moving forward. Over the past year, decentralized finance, or DeFi, has emerged as a major element of the blockchain space. DeFi includes any project that uses smart contracts to lend, hedge, or swap assets. Whereas there are many blockchain platforms capable of performing these functions, Ethereum has established a dominant position in the sector. Presently, more than $745 million is locked up in DeFi. That's a lot of money. Almost all of it is on the Ethereum network. This is more than double the number from just 1 year ago, and although it declined in March, it is once again growing. There is no doubt that investors are taking notice and understanding that this has a strong potential to move Ethereum into the mainstream financial markets. What's happening is, we spoke about this a couple of months ago before as well. The fascinating part for me is that a lot of the stuff that's being locked up in the DeFi platforms is actual Ether itself. So if DeFi does take off and more people are locking up Ether, and we do eventually transition to proof of stake, and people then have to also lock up their Ether to be able to create new Ether, that is going to logically send the price of Ethereum skyrocketing. When you have, as time goes on, I assume this number will rise over 1 billion. Let's say roughly around 1.5 to 2 to 3 billion over the course of this year to maybe next year, locked up just on one platform completely in Ether. And then you have, I know a lot of people who are going to be locking up their Ether. I know a lot of people who are rushing to get 32 Ether, and a lot of people who have less than 32 Ether, if not more, or whatever, who are going to be joining mining pools or trying to do it themselves. A lot of Ether is going to be locked up, and also look forward to Coinbase announcing, when this does happen, that they're going to allow you as well to receive interest and or money from your Ether. You allow them to lock up to create more Ether. And we still haven't heard much from this, but we had news last year that Vitalik was proposing a decreased number of the issuance rate of Ether. It went down from 5 to 3. I think it's currently at 2. And the proposal was to lower from 2 to 0.2, which is like dust. It's almost nothing. But when all this is locked up, and proof of stake is locked up, and the issuance rate is very low for something that needs to be used and other people want. I mean, if they don't lower the issuance rate to 0.2, I think mathematically they just don't really understand exactly what's going on. Ethereum would easily, no. I'm not going to even say numbers, because I know exactly what number it's going to be if all of this does come to fruition. It's more of it has to come to fruition. Maker is by far the most popular DeFi platform, which only adds to Ethereum's strength. However, many more DeFi projects are also emerging. ChainLink is the most popular Oracle network, which also operates on Ethereum and is becoming a crucial player in many DeFi projects. Second part, as prices have recovered, so too have trading volumes, obviously. Most notably, Ethereum has seen a significant spike in futures trading over the past 24 hours. Skew Analytics just posted data on Twitter showing the close correlation between Ethereum's present price or price gain and futures volume. And there's a thing going up, which means it's going up. OKEX is clearly leading the increase and was recently announced as the largest derivatives exchange by volume last month, indicating a strong interest for Ethereum trading in Asia. The third part being as to why Ethereum has been going up a lot over the last 7 days. In July, the number 2 cryptocurrency is slated to undergo its latest upgrade, largest upgrade to date. Ethereum 2.0, named Serenity, will transition the platform into a proof-of-stake consensus architecture. It will also play a key role in Ethereum's scaling solution, thus enabling vastly more transactions. It is widely believed, no one has any definite numbers, unless you can show it to me, I would greatly appreciate that. Apparently, the upgrade should allow the numbers we've gotten before, Ethereum to have anywhere from 1 to 10,000, that is to say 1,000 to 10,000, not the number 1, transactions per second. And as other upgrades roll out over time, Ethereum should, so saith Vitalik, be able to do 10 million transactions per second. I assume this is not on completely on the base layer. It will probably be on other layers and levels. However, it could be that Ethereum 2.0, though we are months away, could potentially be playing a part in the rise of Ethereum over the last couple of I want to say weeks. It hasn't been doing as bad as it could have done. Yeah, tying directly into this, and I know I'm going to get a couple of gasps as I'm going through it, or the fact that I'm even talking about this at all. In 3 days, Link, the ERC20 token on the Oracle service platform, ChainLink, is up a massive 36%. In the last 24 hours alone, the token is changing hands at $3.35, up 18%, and not surprising, pushing weekly gains of 51%. At spot rates, Link has almost doubled after sinking to lows of 194. In March, we know the entire market also went down. After the capitulation on the 12th of March, dubbed Black Monday, no one calls it that. I keep seeing, what was the other thing that was happening a couple of months ago? We kept, oh gosh, what was it? Someone kept on trying to make something stick, like some phrase or something. No one uses a lot of these phrases. No one calls it Black Thursday. It's just the 12th of March. Jeez Louise. Against Bitcoin and Ethereum, Link has gained 32% and 16% respectively, highlighting the firmness of Ether. Ooh, weird way of saying it. Of Ether and the weakness of Bitcoin. The interesting part is ChainLink is the leading Oracle's platform that expands the siloed smart contracting capabilities of most blockchains, including Ethereum. Since smart contracts rely on internal on-chain data for execution, ChainLink creates a route or a link where smart contracts can be triggered to execute from vetted off-chain data, introducing more use cases of smart contracts and therefore utility. ChainLink is built on Ethereum, and its native token Link complies with the ERC20 standard, meaning it is compatible, fluid, and can be stored in Ether wallets. So, you know what? I never talk about ChainLink. However, it is performing very well. I mentioned once again, just because I focus on a few coins does not mean that there will not be other coins that do well. It just so turns out I just don't care about the other coins because I have my own personal ideas of where the crypto market is going to go. However, ChainLink is performing incredibly well. Let's see if this continues as the days end up going on. I think a lot of ERC20 tokens are probably going to surprise people. If we do, keeping in mind, if these things are ERC20 and they're built on top of Ethereum, and Ethereum does get Serenity, and Serenity allows for 1,000, 10,000, 50,000 transactions per second, the other ERC20 tokens also benefit as well. which would probably also cause a lot of these coins to also rise in price. However, no one knows which one. I can't give you the exact whatever to give you exactly which coins are going to rise. However, it is nice to see. It's nice to see green in the market in general. I'm really trying not to get my hopes up. It's very difficult. I told you before in the other video. I've seen promises and I've seen them collapse. Ethereum 2.0 is going to be major. It just has to launch. The two main things this year are the halving and then 2.0. Both of these things take place. Yay. I couldn't find a word to express my happiness. So let's move on. Next up, Ripple's unrelenting hiring spree continues, with the company seeking to fulfill numerous new high-ranking positions involving XRP. The San Francisco payments company is now searching for a director of product management at Spring, Ripple's XRP-focused fundraising and development arm. The job application indicates Spring is looking to expand its role in the growing XRP ecosystem. Whoever fills the position will need to lead the Spring vision and identify strategic product opportunities to delight in developers. And to a lot of the really weird words. Maybe I'm just reading them incorrectly. Maybe I mind out of the gutter. Opportunities to delight developers and to grow product adoption. Ripple says this role sits at the heart of defining Spring's product strategy. In close partnership with leading and engineering, you will own the product roadmap and will help us define our future. What was the other one? Company is also looking for a product manager to helm the cross-functional team responsible for building a robust global developer ecosystem through Spring. Additionally, Ripple wants to hire an engineering manager to help build the next generation of its XRP cross-border payments solution dubbed On-Demand Liquidity. Job ad reveals the company's ambitions to build a trading platform. I told you this last year. I was wondering why they hadn't done this already. I mentioned before that the fact that XRP can already do tons of transactions per second, and one can only assume if there are any when there are future upgrades on the Ripple XRP system, whatever words you want to give it. Why they don't have a cryptocurrency trading platform? I feel like that would do extremely well, especially if you are incentivized in some sort of way to keep your XRP on there, or if they start having like interest rates. I mean, it just kind of makes a lot of sense. So this was the news that was kind of all over the place everywhere. I think we get a lot of news about companies within the cryptocurrency space hiring, but for some reason they end up becoming very popular news pieces. Did people think that Ripple was not going to hire more people? Did people assume that there would not be any more job postings for Bitmain and or Ethereum? Or anyway, yay, they're hiring more people. It seems that they are potentially focusing more heavily on XRP and Spring as they're trying to find other use cases, if you will, for it. It would be very fascinating to see if they do create a cryptocurrency exchange platform on top of all this, and as opposed to creating another coin like Binance coin or blah 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 coin, that they simply use XRP to actually, like, if you trade in XRP, like, you get lower fees if you swap into XRP. That'd be fascinating. Anyway, that's the Ripple XRP Spring news for today. And yeah, let's move on. Next up, a group of Switzerland-based crypto firms have come together to launch Tzibita. That is TZBTC, and it's a one-to-one Bitcoin-backed token on the Tezos blockchain. So I assume it means Tezos Bitcoin. The news was announced on Wednesday by the Bitcoin Association Switzerland, which monitors the Tzibita system. It said that Tzibita gives holders the ability to interact with Tezos smart contracts while pegging the value of Bitcoin. The Tzibita system has two parties: key holders and gatekeepers. Key holders are custodians and include four little-known firms: token issuer Swiss Crypto Tokens, blockchain services firm Enacta, custody infrastructure firm Taurus, and crypto legal services firm Lexer. Gatekeepers, on the other hand, accept Bitcoin users. Okay, gatekeepers, on the other hand, accept Bitcoin from users and allocate Tezos Bitcoin in return. These include crypto financial services firm Bitcoin Swiss. I'm not reading all those names, it's far too many. Our goal with Tezos Bitcoin is to make Bitcoin even more accessible and flexible, strengthening its position as the leading currency. The association said the only difference between Bitcoin and Tezos Bitcoin is that the latter can interact with the functionalities of the Tezos blockchain and therefore can be deployed in Tezos-based decentralized applications. Bitcoin from you. This sounds like the same thing we were just talking about. It sounds like they take Bitcoin, lock it up, and then create Tezos Bitcoin so that Tezos Bitcoin has the same, I assume the same value, if you will, as it's based one-to-one off of Bitcoin, but on top of the Tezos blockchain. I know that sounds like, oh, wow. It sounds obvious, but the locking up is the really important part. You should assume that we're going to see a lot more of this very soon, as far as companies and institutions finding ways to create Bitcoin-based coins, like we already have wrapped Bitcoin and wrapped Ether, that are going to allow you to possibly be able to interact and or use Bitcoin, as it says Tezos Bitcoin, on another blockchain, but it won't actually be Bitcoin because the Bitcoin itself will be locked up. Which then leads us to the entire idea. Once again, if we have 6 million Bitcoin lost, and we know that millions are already being locked up by some of the richest people on the planet, if not by you yourselves on ledgers, that leads us to the situation where if we can properly see through Tezos Bitcoin that they have created 14,000 Tezos Bitcoin, we will then know, according to everything I just read, that it would be locked up and then Tezos Bitcoin would be allocated in return. So if we end up getting to a point where there are multiple blockchains doing this, and we can see that there's around 2.5 million Bitcoin that's locked up, and the Bitcoin reward gets cut in half, you kind of see where this is all going. It's actually quite genius. It's like rehypothecation, but not. It's where you take it, you issue something from it, but we know just based off of blockchain information how much of it is actually held or locked away, so that regardless of how much Tezos Bitcoin there might actually be, as is based on one-to-one with Bitcoin, we also know at the same exact time that the Bitcoin supply is also then a lot lower. Quite genius indeed. Indeed. Anyway, that's the Tezos Bitcoin locking up blockchain Tezibita news. And yeah, let's move on. And to finish things off, cryptocurrency hardware provider Ledger has announced the integration of Crypto.com Pay. Customers buying products on Ledger's online store can now pay in Litecoin and the native Crypto.com coin known as CRO, or CRO. While Ledger already offered payments in Bitcoin and several other cryptocurrencies via BitPay, the Crypto.com integration also means customers on Ledger.com can benefit from the Crypto.com Pay cashback program. The cashback program is unique to customers paying for their Ledger products in CRO via the company's online store. Between now and the 31st of May, you got a good 40-50 days. All users can get 10% cash back on purchases. After the 31st of May, the cashback reward will be capped at $50. Still not terrible to get that cash back. Rewards will be credited to the user's Crypto.com wallet once the sale is completed. However, if a user cancels the sale or the order, Crypto.com will also cancel the cashback rewards. This is also logical because I'm pretty sure there was at least one person who was like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. Nope, you can't do it. To make use of the Crypto.com payments option and benefit from cashback rewards, users must already have an account and wallet on Crypto.com, as well as holding CRO coins in their wallet. Then, when paying for the Ledger hardware, users simply select the Crypto.com payment option at the checkout and follow the steps prompted on the screen. Sounds a bit difficult, I won't lie. Cool, another partnership. The people from Ledger have partnered with a lot of different companies, I guess making it more interoperable to be able to buy, sell, hold, and trade crypto. I assumption that they will, within a year, if not more, probably offer tons more other cryptocurrencies to be able to pay for your ledger with these other cryptocurrencies, because a lot of people do actually, I was going to say unbeknownst to me, but I beknownst it. A lot of people do actually use crypto on a daily basis to actually pay for things. So yeah, side note, if you were looking to get a ledger, I do have an affiliate link in the description below. Ledger usually has a lot of sales. I'm not sure if there's one currently going on, but every now and again, there's definitely a sale to look out for. But yeah, that's the Ledger news, as they have a new partner with Crypto.com. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Crayola Michelle, URL on Crypto with Lionel, Tigara Macho Nisa, Bake Me a Cake, Arfmedic 17, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bodie McBoatface, Yes to Crypto, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Anthony Charles, Nick Mangialavori, Paxis, Crypto Beer, Shipmate, Vlad the Impaler, Richie Rich III, Nick Kanaya, Setsuna, Damien, Nicholas Renner with One Piece, One Love, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Milweezy, Adobo, Bankroll Network, Crypto Joe, 242 to the World, Wise Night Owl, Jared Schneider, Brady Niels, Mohan Maroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Adam Graysick, Todd Mullis, Barebones Mining, A Bibliophobia, The Animal Reader, John Sarson, Mr. Pickles, Nostromo, Josh Gorsica, Chongololo, Songololo, Martin Stoyer, Joshua Vineyard, Moonman High, XRP, Yasha Harari, and Professor Wally from almost broke my phone. Gun Bot University. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who uses my affiliate links. You're all incredible people. I give you big, gigantic digital hug. At the moment, the crypto market is kind of all over the place. It has no idea what it wants to do. It has zero clue. The amount of volatility is absolutely insane. It looks like we're having really good periods of growth, and then the market kind of slams back down. We end up going back up. This is very 2017 of the cryptocurrency market. It is fascinating to see. I know people out there who have chosen and are doing day trading you should be benefiting over the course of 24 hours. Even if these weren't hour or 10-minute movements, you should be doing extremely well. You should be doing extremely well. Tezos is up by 6%. It could be off the back of that news. ChainLink is up by another 18% over the last 24 hours. I assume it has to do with that news. Anything else super wild and crazy out there? Wow, I mean, Bitcoin Gold is up by 12%. I mean, we all love Bitcoin Gold because of its usefulness, how many people are using it, 34 million volume. It's one of the best coins out there, really. And before anyone dives into the comment section, sarcasm, it's really weird that I have to... Can no one hear the tone of my voice? Does no one know that I am joking? Anyway, I mean... I look forward to the day when the cryptocurrency market has matured properly. Bitcoin Diamond is in the top 50. Like imagine seeing, I don't even know the equivalent of what that would be in the stock market. Like, I'm pretty sure the top 50 things on the NASDAQ, if not the S&P 500, probably don't include stuff that's not actually being used. Anyway, I do hope that you all enjoyed. It's a pretty good news. We usually have some up and down days. This was a very it was a pretty good news day. Pretty gosh darn optimistic. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.